Thanks. And then paleo diets. Paleo is amazing, right? Like in Loma Linda, California, you know about the Blue Zone societies, right? Where people just eat clean and green, and they have this philosophy of, it's the work philosophy and the being out in the sun and working in the fields and family, and those are components are so important because our organs, believe it or not, have like a spiritual component and an emotional component. So the time like you wake up in the morning and like, assuming if you wake up between 1 and 3, then something's up with your liver. That's just how it is in Chinese medicine. So if your liver is imbalanced and it's overloaded and you're having if you've got toxic liver, if your feet are swollen, you're always tired, fatigued, anxiety, stressed out, even sometimes in your life everything's okay, but like you just feel so overwhelmed, it's because your body's not aligned, things are not okay. So just remember, liver. And for those who just walked in, I think Haley just walked in and Haley missed this. So, and I said, you must always rub your liver like this. So these are the meridians, L14, L15, for the chi to flow. Okay. Also with PMS, it's beautiful. It's a very nice exercise for the liver. Blue-green algae, my favorite stuff. Okay. Wheatgrass, they say in Chinese medicine, have seasonal food. Seasonal food meaning when it's spring, you're going to have the green stuff, chlorophyll, wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is it's called green blood. Isn't that cool? Meaning it has the same properties as your blood does. So if you're anemic, always tired, fatigued, you've got these mystery illnesses, mystery diseases, do wheatgrass. Of course, also celery has the sodium crystals in the celery when we make celery juice that cleans out your liver. So that's really, really important. Blue Zone societies, go Google it. Korea, in Greece, centenarians, they live up to 100 and nobody's in a stroller, nobody's in a walker, nobody's with a cane. I mean, I came to Canada 2 years ago and I'm like, what's going on? Everybody's, over 65, 70, like there's this mindset where like I'm old. And I think it's also like society, big pharma, it's all combined, really. There's a real big play, in the back end of things. And you have to be your own doctor. You have to ask questions. You have to like say, how can I help myself? Because you're not meant to be in a cane or a walker. I did some volunteer work at a retirement home, like in the summer. I was shocked at what I saw. They put them in the canes, in the walkers and in the wheelchairs because the retirement home doesn't want to get sued. Meantime, the person can walk. Okay. So now you're sitting in this wheelchair. There's no blood circulation. Your feet are swelling. You're getting edema. Then they give you pills for that when you could just be walking and sitting out in the sun. At the dining room, you're getting sugary stuff. Like people with diabetes are having sugary stuff, pasta. And I'm thinking to myself, they're paying $5,000 a month for this retirement home. Obviously, for privacy, I'm not going to say the name, but so you make a lot of money in your life, and then you say, okay, I don't want to be a burden to my kids. I did well. I'm going to go to this retirement home, pay $5,000, and they're going to take care of me. But when you walk in, it's beautiful. The music is on, mask here, mask this, sanitize. Videos are all on, beautiful books, looks like a gorgeous dining room and everything, swimming pool, gym, barber, hairdresser, nails, everything. But what happens in the back end is shocking. So like, I was like, oh Lord, I don't want to be there and I need to tell people about this. So guys, just take note, and we as women, I see there's all women have signed up. It's Alicia, Angela, Haley, Natalie. We want to you want to empower yourselves. You want to, no point working and then you get to like 65 and then you've been taking all these pills and you're like, okay, now your body's giving up on you. So there are tests called predictive autoimmunity tests, and that tells you like at 45 for that, will you have Alzheimer's at 75? Will you have diabetes? Mark Twain said, eat what you don't want, drink what you don't want, and do what you'd rather not. Okay, think about that. I drank kale juice just this whole week and I hated it. I hated it because it's just terrible, but it's good for me. And I was saying to to um, to Alicia just before everybody else walked in, kale has got a phytochemical called lutein, Lutein, and lutein helps with oxidative stress for your eyes, so it protects your retina. Like, I mean, how cool is that? Now every vegetable has like as a secret. This is only like I said 1.5 hours because of like your ability to retain information. Like, I mean, I could talk for 3 hours, but that's not sustainable. So we'll have another workshop. We'll talk about things and we'll get into it. This is just touching the surface. What I wanted to say is liver. Make sure, you know how like in ancient times, how people detox the animals, they dewormed the animals, like farmers. So when farmers did that, then they also did it for their families. Like I remember as a child, I grew up in South Africa, we would deworm before we go to school. And then like my mother would say, no, you must have this so that you don't get worms. We don't hear about that anymore. We don't do that anymore. So I want you guys to go ahead and deworm, get milk thistle, get wormwood, get dandelion, get black walnut thistle. It's a 21-day challenge, right? So it's not goodbye after this call. You get full access to me on WhatsApp. So like pick my brain, WhatsApp me, say, hey, you know what? I've got XYZ. I'm struggling with this. Tell me what to do and I'll guide you. In Canada, there's a beautiful company 2 hours from Ontario, from Toronto. They call St. Francis herbs, been around for 32 years. They do the best herbs. I wouldn't give you something that I don't drink. I'm drinking that right now. I don't see my milk thistle is, but yeah, I did the milk thistle cleanse this month. It's an adaptogen, so you got to do it for like the 10 days and then you stop, okay? And then you stop maybe 5-7 days and then you do the black walnut tincture, and then you stop again and then you do the dandelion. And now we're getting into winter, the body's changing seasons, and also we're not getting sun, so you'll feel moody, you'll feel gloomy. It's okay, it's normal. Remember back in the day when they used to say, oh, you have a vitamin D deficiency. We all have vitamin D deficiency, but guess what's the new thing? The new thing is magnesium deficiency. It's so important, so important to have your magnesium. I take this one. I don't work for this brand. I study this brand because there's so much crap on the market. I went to Costco and I saw so much crap. Like I saw, what was it? I saw CoQ10. It had sugar in it. I saw chromium. Chromium is for diabetes. They won't tell you because they don't want you to know that. But chromium controls your blood sugar. But there's all these brands. Anyone can come up with a brand, get some labeling done, put it in a bottle, and boom, it's on the shelves. Unless someone dies from it, no one's going to come and sue you. So I believe in companies that do research. Sisu does their research, AOR does their research, okay? So this is what I'm drinking. In South Africa, I used to drink Solgar, Solgar. You get that in South Africa and in the UK. So make sure like you're not going to get Jameson or something while you're throwing in your toilet paper into your trolley, because no, that's not working out. So get a good brand. I take magnesium, helps me with, I'm 55 now. And so what, like I noticed like, it's not like restless leg syndrome, but like I turn and I toss. I know it's probably my blood sugar is a little bit low, but I'm taking magnesium. Hello, Linda Wilson, welcome. You can unmute if you want. Hi. So yeah, magnesium is really important. It works over 700 receptors in the body. Get that. That's a whole nother topic. Okay. But take 2 every night. You'll have a good sleep. And then of course your warm almond milk, right? And don't buy almond milk from the store. It's full of sugar. Take some almonds. You can go and look at my Instagram. I made a beautiful almond mix. Soak your almonds and then put them in a little NutriBullet with filtered water, warm water, like boiled, but filtered water. Don't take from the tap because it's a whole nother story about what goes on in the tap. Canada water is clean, but the pipes that it comes through, the copper, those pipes are not being, there's just so much going on with the bacteria in those pipes and how the water affects your body and all of that. So anyways, make almond milk and then pop the turmeric, right, for your golden milk. And for those that just walked in, I love saffron, but don't have too much because it's an adaptogen and it's dangerous. So saffron, you want to maybe have it 1 week on, 1 week off. That's how you do it with adaptogens, right? Yeah, so that's for the magnesium, for the liver, and then fasting. I love fasting intermittently. So like I'll take my last meal at 6 and then I won't eat until 12, which is not too bad. But in the morning, have lots of water, lots and lots of water. Pop in a cinnamon stick in your water, lemon, ginger, garlic, turmeric, mint. Just have that in your fridge, because God, do you think God would put you on earth without the solutions green and ground? Do you actually think that we are meant to live on all these chemicals? I mean, I see my friends, my cousins, they're all, because in South Africa, we don't take pills. We come from that society where people are like 100 years old and they're walking and pushing wheelbarrows, and people are strong because we're eating from the ground, we're eating organic, we're getting sunshine. Something's just wrong in Western society on how we eat and how we live, and we're not meant to age. We're not meant to get depressed. We're not meant to be taking a pill for cholesterol and then a statin for cholesterol and then something for the side effects. And like I have an aunt in Markham and she was like, yeah, I live on Advil. Why should you be living on Advil? What's causing the joint pain? Are you having wheat? Is there Roundup in the wheat? Ask yourself those questions. Again, this is a very nice little list. It gives you like idea of where you are on the spectrum. Antioxidants like vitamin C is Bible. Please take that. Vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, selenium. The Bs are important for nerve health, right? So, and follicin, omega-3, I can't tell you how important it is. Chromium is for diabetes. They're not going to tell you. Astragalus is for cholesterol. They're not going to tell you. Okay. So get yourself the St. Francis blend, astragalus. But you can also ask me. We also keep that online. St. Francis astragalus. I'll spell it like that, right? Make sure the brand is key. So my cholesterol was a little bit high. I wasn't going to the gym, sitting in the house for 15 months, COVID, the whole story. I'm also a real person. It happened to me too, right? And I started doing the cholesterol and I started doing the acupuncture and I started feeling better, cleaning my gut, doing seeds, doing chia. Even now, like I'm talking to you guys and I prepped for this meeting at 5:30 and I was getting everything together. And so my last meal was like at 4:00. And I thought, okay, I'm going to be hungry. So when you're in a meeting or you're hungry, have some flaxseed. So this is flaxseed over here. It's the roasted one. And then I just have a little bit. I'm going to have some now. A beautiful snack because I need to keep my energy up. I'm not going to go for a candy, right? I'm going to have my flaxseed. So I take that, put it in a little Ziploc bag, nuts, pumpkin seeds, almonds, keep it in a Ziploc bag. When I'm driving or I'm on the bus or I'm downtown and I know I'm going for dinner, like from the time you decide you're going for dinner to the time the food comes to your plate or you're meeting a girlfriend downtown, think about it. That gap period can be at least 2.5 hours, right? So don't wait till you're starving, then you grab something on the go and you grab something sugary. Your body doesn't work like that. So dysbiosis and inflammation, I wanted to talk about it quickly because I really love this subject. Sorry, I just dropped the oils. Inflammation, what happens with inflammation? We want to repair the gut, okay? I promised you that in the program that I would tell you what you need to repair your gut. So don't worry, if you got a notepad, you can write it down. Otherwise, I can send it to you. The goal is to seal, protect, and repopulate. So what are we doing? L-glutamine, really important, digestive enzymes and omega-3. That's going to seal the holes in your gut and it only takes 3 to 7 days to seal those holes, okay? And when the holes are not sealed, then all the poisons, all the undigested material goes through that thin lining of the gut, and then it goes into your blood, and then your immune system gets compromised, and your body says, oh my God, red alert, there's poison, there's stuff we don't recognize it in the blood. And then you start getting hives and rashes and bloating, and everyone has different reactions, is because everything went through the net. Like think of it like a thin fishing net. So those holes must be tight. Those junctions must be closed and tight. And they open when we eat processed foods, bread, wheat, rice, chips, pasta, potato chips, everything that they advertise. You don't want that happening. Amla. Amla is, that's an Indian word for gooseberry. Gooseberry has many of the different types of food tastes, okay? And I wanted to share this with you. So get this, gooseberry has got a sour taste, it's got a hot pungent taste, a bitter taste, an estrogen taste, and a salty taste. So that's what you want to be putting into your body. Gooseberry, you can buy, there's an Indian shop just down the road, it's called Iqbal's. I don't know, are there any other store? You can go buy it, but it's gooseberry, you can get anywhere, right? So you take it, you wash it, you put it in a jar with vinegar and a little bit of turmeric, filtered water, and you have one gooseberry every day, especially if you've got autoimmune, diabetes, mystery illnesses, your legs are sore, your head is sore, your back is sore, your whatever. Do that. Also, it works like an adaptogen. So don't be having gooseberry every day for 30 days. Do it for 10 days and stop. And do it for another 10 days and stop. And then monitor yourself. Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, those are doshas in Ayurveda. And that is so, so important. When in Ayurveda, I learned so much about my body when I studied Ayurveda. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So you must watch for your Vata, Kapha, and Pitta. Cruciferous vegetables are your best friends. Cabbage, I did cabbage one day, 1 week, 6 days, just cabbage and onion with garlic sauteed, and it cleans out your whole colon. It's kind of like a vacuum cleaner for the colon. Of course, your stress you need to control and your alcohol intake you need to control. That's sealing the gut, right? Then protecting the lining, gelatin is lovely. So a nice bone broth, chicken broth, vegetable broth. Aloe is beautiful. Ginger is gorgeous. So I also drink aloe. I like this one, Lily of the Desert. I'm showing you these Canadian brands because I'm used to them in Toronto, right? Obviously, wherever you guys are, you'll be able to find it. Turmeric, amazing, also for the gut. Ginger, okay, it's a nice warm herb. Cloves, awesome. Antibacterial, cloves is an antibacterial, has an antibacterial component. So cloves is gonna really help with your gut, okay? Then what do you think? I want you guys to answer this question because I sent you this sheet, right? So I'm gonna ask you, anybody can answer. What do you think is, in terms of probiotics, and the answer is right there for the gut. What do you think that's most likely for you to have? Maybe you wanna answer that question, Haley? You there? Or Linda? Are you there? Can you guys hear me? Can you unmute?
I can hear you, but there's a lot of, I think someone has their mic on and there's like a lot of noise coming.
Yeah, there's a little bit of shuffling. If you guys are not talking, can you just unmute? And if like, just so that we can, if you don't mind. Is that better? Alicia?
I think it's coming from Linda's.
Okay.
She's not muted. So whenever you were talking, there was like a lot of noise.
Okay, if you can mute Linda, that would be awesome. Alicia? Okay, so what do you think in probiotics? Quick answer. You got that green sheet in front of you. What would you do?
Like from there, what is the most likely that I'll eat?
Yeah.
Possibly the garlic.
The garlic. Okay. And that's in the prebiotics, right? I'm looking at probiotics. Look below.
Oh, okay. Let me see. The pickles.
The pickles. Okay. So like whatever rocks your boat, right? For me, I like sauerkraut. I like the different types of sauerkrauts. So Alicia's saying pickles, then go for it. Then go tomorrow, go buy the pickles, put them on toast, put it with almond butter on toast, have it in your salads, whatever works for you. Probiotics is key. Slippery elm works really, really well. Also to repopulate your gut. Fennel, there's a big secret about fennel. Papaya seeds, did you know you could dry them So once you clean up the papaya, lay the seeds on a wax sheet, let them dry, and then you put them in that salt and pepper grinder, and you can grind it over your food. It's got amazing properties, like beautiful, beautiful properties for the gut. Yogurt in Ayurveda, I sent you guys an email on antidotes. So on antidotes, what you want to do is for the yogurt to digest, you would add cumin. Isn't that cool? And cumin is very cooling. It has like a neutral effect on the gut. So your microbiome consists of bacteria and fungi, which literally live inside and on top of the human body. You want to be able to control that. So that was helpful for you. Then I want to talk about the brain and the GI connection. 5 spices, I told you, right? Cayenne, black pepper, turmeric, ginger, very, very important. We talked about kale. Rosemary relieves muscle aches and pain. So when you're in pain, your digestion is affected. Everything is affected, right? I mean, honestly speaking, you can't be okay if your gut's not okay. All right. Nutrient dense meals are so important. The concept of ama is in Ayurveda means they talk about toxins, which is created from poor digestion. It's kind of like that sticky, undigested stuff that coats our cells. Can you imagine? Can you picture that? So toxins coating your cells so that the cells don't work at optimum. And if your cells are not working at optimum, really, honestly speaking, you're going to have so many problems, so many mystery diseases. It affects our cellular function. It affects our body balance. So it overloads your liver. Have you noticed that sometimes when you eat, some people eat and they have to rush to the bathroom real fast? You'd have to digest. Your body didn't digest what you ate, but it wants to ingest it. If you notice that, that's because your digestive fire is weak. Your body constitution is poor. And in Ayurveda, they say Agni involves all metabolic functions. Okay, so that means your Vata, your Pitta, your Kapha. So your mustard seeds would help digest, would be an amazing, it stimulates your digestive fire. I started having mustard seeds and I feel awesome because my food is able to digest and my nutrients are able to absorb, and that wasn't happening. In terms of what Vata is, if you're always bloated, if you're constipated, if you have IBS, dry skin, poor circulation, belly fat, visceral fat, you're like a Vata body constitution. If you're Kapha, then you're obese, you have a problem with your thyroid, you've got acid reflux issues, your digestion issues, you're eating cold food. This is whole concept in Ayurveda where they say don't eat cold food, it messes up with your digestion. In Pitta, you have excess body heat, you're always hot, acid reflux problems, digestion problems, joint problems. Any signs of fatigue, brain fog, food sensitivities, acne, your gut's not okay. So what's the solution? You want your nutrients to absorb. You want to promote your bacteria. So you want to be taking the prebiotics and probiotics, which I said you on the wellness prescription. You want to eat dark leafy green vegetables, which is awesome for depression. You want to eat dark chocolate. You want to eat fermented foods, right? You want to basically clean your system. A nice thing that I like to do is bone broth. I love to do a bone broth cleanse. You do it for a week, and you can just feel like you're easing up on the organs because you don't want your digestion to struggle, And I find bitter foods, like I said, amla, gooseberry, okra. Okra is sticky. The stickiness in the okra picks up on the cholesterol, and it helps with people with diabetes. Cloves, turmeric, aubergine, fenugreek. Those are my favorite bitter foods. Then smoothies. Don't you think a smoothie is synonymous with a healthy food, isn't it? Especially post-workout, you say, oh, I'm going to go get my smoothie. But I found that my Prakruti, which is your body, your unique body constitution, it's called your Prakruti in Ayurveda. I found that when I would have smoothies, it wouldn't digest well. And that's the thing is, certain foods when mixed together don't digest well, don't help you digest So it's very taxing on your digestive system. I didn't even know that that was a thing. I would always feel nauseous if I had a smoothie in the morning. Like for me, what works is oats with warming herbs like nutmeg and cinnamon and a little bit of cardamom. That's how my body functions. But if I have to wake up in the morning and have a salad for breakfast, my tummy will be flat. And as soon as I have the salad, my tummy will be bloated. So that's really got to do with your vata, your pitta, and how your body is processing the foods that you're eating. Another thing is in Ayurveda, if you've got a healthy tongue, we do like the tongue diagnosis, where if it's like coated, if it's like very, very brown, then you're like, I have a vata body constituency. If it's yellow, you have a pitta body constituency. And if it's kapha, and if it's like all white with mucus, then you're a kapha person. Okay. So a nice, healthy tongue is like a red tongue. It's not thick, it's not thin. The coating is like not thick white, like just normal. And then you can see the vein under the tongue. You can see that vein. It's not distended. So in Ayurveda, again, if your tongue is white and it's got a thick coating, or it's yellow, or it's mucky, immediately you know something's going on in the person's body. Something is off. The body's experiencing some sort of imbalance. Okay. So like I said, foods, they can be incompatible. Bananas are great, greens are great, proteins are awesome for the body, but try mixing them and you find that they don't work. Don't think it's you, just you. It's a normal thing, because your Agni, which is it's like your fire, it's a fire element which governs digestion in Ayurveda. It's called Agni, Agni, and that converts food in the form of energy. Okay, so your food, when you consume food, you need energy, but you need to be able to digest it well, right? So they say take small sips of water. In TCM, we take small sips of water. We don't gulp water down. In Chinese culture, people are having warm water, fermented foods. In Western culture, we're gulping it down. We're having ice, we're having frozen stuff, which also bloats you, doesn't nourish you. So look at that. Have the warm spices, ginger, fennel, cardamom, herbs. For vitality, you want to do dates, almonds, sesame, ghee, foods that ground your nervous system. It is a thing. Trust me, the way Western diets go, you don't think that you can have foods that ground your nervous system. And now it's seasonal. What should we be eating? What do you think we should be eating? Pumpkin, right? Sweet potato, pumpkin. So those are the things that I've been introducing into my diet. Anecdotes. I sent you guys these. I love this, right? Apple, to counter to help apple digest, you add cinnamon. To help banana digest, you add cardamom. For buttermilk, you're going to add cumin. For mung, when you make the mung dal, you add lemon. Kidney beans, you add cumin. Cheese, have you noticed cheese in the shops? It's got sprinkles of black pepper, right? So that helps with the bioavailability and the digestion of the product. Allergy remedies always comes down to ginger, rosemary, garlic. Immunity always comes down to zinc, vitamin C. Metabolic boosters, it's your protein and your fat, right? And your fibers. So olives, olive oil, essential oils. I really like these essential oils. I wanted to show them to you. I like doTERRA. It's a beautiful company, right? And so I buy this online. So you take the fractionated coconut oil, and then you can just take lemon, chamomile or lemon, and then mix it and then rub that on your feet. If you can't get doTERRA, then go try this. Now is a really nice brand, because I've also researched all the brands here in Toronto. So in Canada. So that's in essential oils. For digestion, you want to do basil, ginger, and cinnamon. These are not oils that you eat. These are oils that you mix, that you put on your body. Okay. And then aloe, if you've got burns, aloe is amazing. Tea tree is amazing. Witch hazel, and coconut oil mixed with tea tree. Adaptogens, back to ashwagandha, it's beautiful. So moringa, also very nice. Like I explained, Botswana's got these moringa farms coming up. What else can you do to help your body? Sleep is key, right? Sleep, vitamin D, self-care, no phones before 2 hours before you go to sleep, and they say your phone should be 2 arms lengths, like 2 arms lengths away from your head when you're sleeping to get the most optimal sleep. Soaking your feet in Epsom salts, omega-3. In Ayurveda, we believe in sesame oil, so we take sesame oil and I rub it with a little bit of oil, one of maybe these ones, lemongrass, and I rub my feet. And then what I do is you can even buy this on Amazon. It's this lovely roller and it's got these points. Can you see? And so what I'll do is I'll massage myself. See, this is my collarbone. Let me show you. I'll massage myself here with this and I'll dip it in oil. So I've mixed my oil. There it is. Smells so nice. This has got all the nice ones in it, and I put in a couple of days ago geranium lemon. And so then of course I'm not going to be wearing a nice shirt like this. Just wear a t-shirt that you don't mind getting messed up, and then you massage here, and then you can use this and you can just like soothe yourself, just soothe yourself to sleep. Also behind your ears, very, very important. Okay. Yeah, just by the earlobes, take the oil and just relax also on your wrists and then at the bottom of the feet. So use that and do that, because we live in such a fast-paced world. We need to like have all these little tricks to help us. If you have an overactive thyroid, you're at risk for infection. If you have an underactive thyroid, you're at risk for infections. Look at herbs, look at supplements, talk to me, talk to your doctor, talk to your naturopath. Don't try and figure out all by yourself. Cilantro, did you know cilantro with black pepper works so well to cleanse your blood? They're not going to tell you that, okay? Because, I mean, well, Western society, they make more money with keeping you sick, right? So those are my little secrets. For diabetes, cholesterol, and liver, it's always going to come down to curcumin, juice cleanses, checking your tongue out. And this is not goodbye. I mean, I have your email address. You know where I am. You know where to find me. Call me and say, you know what, Shane, can you help me? Tell me what to do. Don't feel overwhelmed. Just take it one day at a time and figure it out for yourself. But also, like, let me guide you. You're here because you don't want to go the chemical route, right? You don't want to follow that. Another thing I want to share with you is when you've got Amla in your body, like when it's toxic, when you've got this toxic waste and the cells are like coated in toxic waste, do a juice fast. We have beautiful juice fasts on our new website, drgut.ca. You can do a water fast. You can do a herb cleanse, even if you just did milk thistle for 10 days and you stopped and then you did the dandelion. You would see the difference. You will go to the bathroom more, like you will urinate more after taking milk thistle because it's cleaning out your liver. It's okay, but it stimulates the bladder movement. And the whole idea is to get all the toxins out of the body. We've been through a lot. It was COVID. It's still not over. This whole thing about the Delta variant. We don't know if we can travel. We don't know what we can do. We all want to go to the sun, to the beach. But we have to work. We've all been out of work. Things have just not been normal, right? The one thing that you can just do to ground yourself and balance your body is do these home remedies, start cleaning up the liver, start detoxing the body, start maintaining, giving the body the strength it needs, building up the immunity. So when we're ready to go out, when we're ready to travel, we don't get sick, our immunity is not down. And little tips that you can, like if you go to Mexico for 3 weeks, right? Like what are you going to take with you? What's going to be in your little food suitcase? I always call it a food suitcase. So I was going to Mexico for 3 weeks. I would take my Dr. Gut 5 Spice. I call it Dr. Gut 5 Spice. You can buy it anywhere. You can buy it online on our store. I would take my oils. I would take my little massage stick. I would take my vitamins, right? I would take, definitely take my greens, my chlorophyll, because you're like on this resort and you don't want to go look for stuff. You don't want to go look for superfoods. You want to have as much as you can of what you're used to having at home so that you can enjoy the vacation, the snorkeling, lying on the beach, getting the massage. I mean, just imagine getting there and like, oh, I don't have flaxseed. Oh, I don't have chia. No, take it with you. Take your little food suitcase with you. It's what I call. And be your own doctor. Depend on yourself. Depend on your body. Just know you're not meant to be sick. You're not meant to be ill. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. And I want to like leave some, time for questions and answers. It's so interesting. This event was online for 3 months. it sold out. Well, people signed up by Monday. 30 tickets were bought, were assigned to, and then Eventbrite notified me that it's now full. But this just shows how busy people are, because you have an interest and you have an intent, right? Alicia's here, Linda's here, Natalie's here. Somebody had to leave. Rashida was here, she had to leave, because we're busy. There's stuff happening in our lives. Like, you want to hear what I have to say, but you also, there's things going on. But don't worry, we'll have another one. I'll be there and I'll be able to answer all your questions. I really hope you enjoyed this. And then I'm going to stop recording it so that we don't get your questions in. So let me just stop recording. And thank you so, so much for being here and coming to the Dr. Gut 21-day rehab. And we'll see you soon online.